Hello, and thank you for watching. My name is Rachel Barnett with Gentle Frog. I'm here to create videos for you to help you understand QuickBooks slightly better than you currently do. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please put them in the chat box. Thank you. So what we're gonna do, we're on Upwork. I have my account. I regularly hire people and have for many, many years. And so we're gonna post a job, so we can talk about what it looks like for job posting. We'll talk about what it looks like when people get responses to their job. Talk about what it looks like when somebody is invited to apply for the job, and then we'll kind of work through the hiring process. So I'm gonna post a job. So it says, what do I want to create? A short-term, long-term, I'll say a short-term job. And then let's give it a title. Bookkeeper needed for QBO, right? Something real boring. Upwork is going to ask us what job category it should be. I'm fine with bookkeeping. It'll then ask us about the skills. And so it says add up to 10 skills for the best results, add 3 to 5. So here's our suggested skills. And so if a person isn't paying attention, or if they don't really know bookkeeping, they might pick all of them. And that might intimidate a new bookkeeper. I wouldn't let it stress you out. So I'm going to say QuickBooks, bookkeeping, QuickBooks again, even though I said it a second ago. I'm not going to say the rest of these. I'm going to look at bookkeeping skills. So I guess accounting basics we'll pick. And then bookkeeping deliverables. There's just so much. I'm like, I don't know. So I'm going to stop picking and I'm just going to go to next. So what's the scope of your work? Large, medium, or small? We're going to say small. How long will the work take? We'll say it'll take less than 1 month. What experience level do you want? So I'm going to say I want expert. Is this going to become a contract to hire opportunity? No. Go to location. I can identify if I would like my person to be US only, meaning only people located in the US, or if I want it to be worldwide. I'm going to say worldwide. Do I have any preferences? I have no preferences. So I'm going to go to budget. I'm going to choose not to set a budget. So I can either do an hourly rate or a project. At this point, I don't even think we typed in like what the job entails. So that's always fun. We'll do hourly rate and we'll say not ready to set an hourly rate. It says, do you really want to do that? I'm like, yeah, I really want to do it. No hourly rate. Just let it be blank. Okay. So we'll start by putting our job ad together. To this job. It's a demo for a video. Okay, so we want to be real upfront that we don't want people to apply for this job. We don't want them to waste their credits. So let's put some words in here. I need, and you know what I think would be even easier is if we get ChatGPT to write up our job ad. So job ad for a bookkeeper. If I could type for a freelance bookkeeper. Okay, so we're going to grab this. We're just going to copy it. We'll tweak it slightly and call it good. If I was really like posting a for reals job, I would put a lot more effort into this. Bookkeeper, blah, 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 blah. I just need to take out the bit. Proficiency in QuickBooks accounting software. Solid blah blah. How to apply. If you're interested, please send your application via Upwork. Only shortlisted candidates become valuable. It's a demo for okay. So I am specifically putting this at the bottom because because I want to prove a point that people don't look at stuff. Yeah. So like here we are, we're putting in information. We're really making a very unattractive job. It's a very generic job ad. It's got no price rate, like what people might get paid for this job. So as they were posting the ad. So post is live. I'll get an email confirmation for this. I can upgrade to a featured job for $30. I'm not going to. I have done this in the past and it's not really been that great of a use of my time. So now I have these tabs, and again, I'm on the employer side. So I can view my job post. I can make any changes that I want. I can make any corrections. I can see if people like me or don't like me. I can invite freelancers and I can review proposals. So let's talk about the invite freelancers. I don't know how Upwork decides what to put here. Like how is Abdul higher than Dell and higher than Dino? I have no idea. Dino has a green dot, so Dino's online right now. Dell is not online. He's got a gray dot. Abdul is online, but not like actively here. So he's kind of got that like dormant yellow dot. I can filter and say, I just want to see potential freelancers in the US or people who are available right now. So green dots, which is great. I can filter. So I might say that I want people whose English level is at least conversational. I want people who've earned at least $1. I can pick their job success rate. I can choose my talent type, the last activity. In real life, I pick within 2 weeks when I'm looking for people. If I send them an invite, they don't have to waste credits to apply. I don't think. Hours billed, at least 1 hour within the last 6 months. Hourly rate, I can do any rate. Like I make these filters and then it changes who displays down below. So we're gonna search Maddie. I don't I want to invite you. Advanced search. All these words are Maddie. Yes, apply. This might be harder than I think to like find you to invite you, but
What if you did my first and last name?
maybe. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. So Maddie Cadner. There you are,
Oh,
Maddie K. So Maddie shows up. So she has available now toggled on. She has her rate. It doesn't mean that's the rate she's gonna get, and it doesn't like mean that I'm filtering for her or not for her. Let's look at Maddie. So frees up time. There's a video if I want to get to know her. I can see information about the work that she's done. I can see the work that she has in process. I can see information about her on the left, and I can see portfolio down here. I can see the skills that she's picked. So remember in the beginning where we said we wanted Intuit QuickBooks and then QuickBooks and bookkeeping, like she's got these things listed. So Upwork should like notify her and be like, hey, there's a thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to invite her to the job. And so when I click invite, I get this generic message. I can customize the message and be like, this is us goofing around for YouTube. And then send. So let's go back. Let's look at not our Maddie, but let's look at any other Maddie or any other person. I just need it to like reset, like show me other people. We're not going to invite anyone else because I don't want anybody to get like excited. So okay, so search, but not.
yeah, that one.
So
And then
if
push that,
I
yeah.
okay, so we're not going to invite. Oh, you can see right here, it says 29 invites left. So in the same way that the freelancers have a number of credits available to them, people who are hiring have a number of credits available. So Maddie, if you don't mind, can I flip over to your screen? You can show us what it looks like to get an invite.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna share my screen. Get an email as well as honestly, to be honest, that's how I would know that I got sent. I would notice the email first.
Okay, so usually I see it on the right-hand side. Can you refresh and see if it like pops up a thing on the right that says okay, client invitations under my proposal. So on the right-hand side, annotate. If you come down here, it says your proposals offers client invitations. So I think if you go into my proposals, you'll see that I've invited you to a job. So
Invitation.
invitation interview. Yeah, yeah. So you got an invitation to interview. So go ahead and click on that. The bookkeeper needed for QBO. So this is you looking at the job posting. And so you can see information. You can see the job post. So that's everything that we've already done. Um, and then you can see the activity if you keep scrolling down. So you can see right now we've been on this call for 17 minutes, but we've only been working on this part for say 5 or 10 minutes. There's already 5 to 10 proposals. Um, one of the reasons I wanted to make this video was just to point out that people don't read the job ads. There wouldn't be 5 to 10 proposals in minutes if people read the job ad because it would say, don't apply to this. So please go ahead and scroll up and we'll talk a little bit more about what you can see. So you can see information on the right-hand side. So it shows what the employer is looking for, somebody with the expert level, but it really defines that. The number of hours, how long the project is expected to last. And then you have these options over here. You can accept the interview, you can decline the interview, or you can refer a freelancer. If you choose to refer a freelancer, it's going to prompt you to put in the URL. You can pick one URL to put in. You can't put in a bunch. Please go ahead and say accept interview. So you're just like, hey, we can talk about this. Like, I don't know if I like you. I don't know if you like me, but like, we'll talk about it. So go ahead and scoot down. There should be a spot where you indicate your proposal. So your profile rate is $35 an hour. You might look at the job and say, you know what, this job is like way more intense. I'm going to bid it higher, or you might want to bid it lower. Like, I don't care. So you put in whatever number you want and then put information in your cover letter. So any information that you want to put in the cover letter, and it could just be like blah, blah for all I care. Okay, go ahead and scroll down. So you can add attachments. I don't really know what you might want to add as attachments. There's not really any samples you could provide. Like maybe you're like some sort of like, I'm awesome, you should work with me, like PDF document, maybe like your pro advisor certificate, who knows. But go ahead and click on submit proposal. And then we'll flip in a second and we'll see what it looks like on my side. So now, earlier you didn't know who I was, but now you know who I am. So that's interesting. So you can see who I am. The number of proposals have gone up now. So you're just like, oh no, like everyone's applying for this job, but like she invited me. I'm gonna stop your screen share and go back to my screen share. So here and share screen.
That is
Was
so cool.
is it helpful? Good.
Yeah, it's been helpful. But it is so crazy how quickly, because that can be super intimidating.
Yeah.
And there's so many proposals already sent. Like a newbie bookkeeper is never gonna, be enough for that. Well, it's a bunch of bogus.
I try to say it over and over again, and I'm so thankful that you're like, yes, we'll hop on the call.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go right now. It says I have a message, and then I can see in the lower right hand corner your message, and so it opens up the messaging screen, and so I can see your bid. You bid $35 an hour. Here's the cover letter. What I don't see in this first part is your like kind of description-y stuff. Your description-y stuff is down here. So let's do it. So I'm gonna say let's do it. But before I like go on to the hire, I want you to see what it looks like for the proposals. So I'm gonna go to review proposals. Maddie's at the top of the list because she was invited. I'm gonna thumbs up her. That puts her on my short list. So across the top, I have 15 proposals. I have one shortlisted, one messaged, and nobody has been archived. This person, $12 an hour, $80,000 earned, 100% success rate, top rated plus, whatever that means. Let's just take a look. There are a lot of words here that doesn't actually say anything about my job ad. I recognize I didn't read my job ad, but I'm absolutely confident that he doesn't really say anything about my job ad. If I scroll down, I feel like his words up above are just kind of a reiteration. It's basically it's just a recycled cover letter. Like it's the same information over and over. I'm going to choose not to shortlist him. I'm going to choose to decline. And the reason for declining is I'm going to say recycled cover letter. Like there's just nothing, right? There's nothing about it that says, I read your thing, I get your stuff. This guy, $62 earned. So like he doesn't even have a percentage yet because he's just getting started. And I feel bad for him that he's just getting started and he spent credits on this, but on the other hand, he didn't read. So he includes information like invoice preparation. Like I really hope that this isn't confidential. Like I'd be kind of ticked off if my email address was being submitted. So yeah, I'm not feeling good about that. Down below, these are the attachments. And so we had talked about how you can add an attachment. So we'll just grab this. So this guy, we're just gonna say no. We're just gonna thumbs down, but we're not gonna notify him. He's not gonna know that he's like not in the running. So let's take a look at this guy. He's got a ton of bids like throughout my career, my responsibilities, bookkeeper qualifications, invite you to look at my profile. Like again, it's the same information. Like he has said nothing. If we took the time to really craft a job ad, we're not seeing anything in these cover letters that tell us like how can we work together? How do I know that you can do the thing? This one makes it seem like he looked at the job ad. He's like, can you provide me a website where I can find out more information? Okay. We know from before that when you apply, you don't see the name of the company. And even once you do, you may or may not like be able to find their website. What accounting method do you follow? Does your QuickBooks Online software have automatic bank connectivity? Those are both really valid questions. Like I'm happy for that. So while it is a recycled cover letter, maybe I would talk to that guy. Join what? Join our elite team was in our job ad. Let me drag it back over. Join our so we say join our team, not join our elite team. And I'm like, well, he tried. Thrilled to submit, passion for numbers, proven track record. I really enjoy it when people describe themselves as having a strong attention to detail. Because that's like often not true. We're gonna have to shut this down in a second. Like look at all of these people have like quickly pounced on it. They sent over their recycled cover letter and like there's just nothing about it that says I read your job description. I think I'm a good fit for your job. It's just all the same like set of words. So let me just refresh. So we've got 13 proposals. We've archived 2 of them, messaged 1 person, shortlisted 1, right? Like that number would just continue to increase. So let me go back to my shortlisted. So I'm going to say I want to hire Maddie. And so Maddie and I have talked about it, and she submitted her proposal. Her proposal was for hourly for $35 an hour. This is where you can change it. And so when you're talking to a potential client and you're like, hey, look, I bill on a flat fee basis. I want you to pay me some number of dollars and I will do the work for the dollars. When the person goes to hire you, it doesn't matter how you posted the job ad hourly, doesn't matter how they bid on it hourly. The person hiring can change it to a fixed price. Currently, the fixed price is $0, but we're not going to pay Maddie $0. So let's pay $10. And so right here, I can choose to deposit funds in escrow. It's a escrow, if you're not familiar, is just a magical third party that holds the money. And that way the freelancer knows that they're going to get it. And the person hiring doesn't give up the money to the freelancer, hoping that the freelancer does the work. We can set in a due date. So we're going to say, okay, the work is due tomorrow. How are the contracts work? You can read the stuff, job description, bookkeeper needed. This is where I, in real life, oh no, down here at the description, in real life, I'm going to make the changes here. Like, per our conversation, I need blah, blah, right? And I'll say what I need. This is the only chance that I know of, or the only place I know of, to make sure that the contract clearly stipulates or says what it is you're going to do. You can't make your client put the words here. I put the words here so that when I'm hiring someone, I'm real clear with them about what I'm hoping, expecting, and wanting to get. Not in a gotcha way, just because I want to be able to hire people and I want to be able to rehire them as often as I need to. And so if I'm like real clear, like I'm going to pay you these dollars to do this work, then they know exactly what I'm asking for. Because maybe while we were talking, like it changed from what it was when I posted the job ad. So my recommendation to freelancers is just when you're having the conversation, if I go to you and I go to our messages, this is where you would like really, really dial in, like, here's what I'm willing to do, here's the dollars it'll cost to get it done, and blah, blah. So that way, if the person doesn't update this, you're like, whatever, I still got it in the Upwork, conversation thread. There are no attachments. I say, yes, I want to hire. I click continue. Then a screen pops up and it says, well, would you like to keep hiring or not? Oh, I have to fund it. So we'll fund, I'll make you do $10 worth of work, which is like renaming one file or something. um, but I'll wait for it to think. I do use my credit card. And so that's why there's all these extra fees. Like I'm committing to $10, but it's going to cost me 13. Okay, this is the screen I was talking about. I can say I am done hiring or I plan to hire more. And so in real life, if I'm working on like a graphics project, I'll do this. I plan to hire more so that I can hire a couple people and I can have them each work on something. So that way, whatever I find that's awesome, that's the one I take the ball and run with it. And if I'm like, oh, none of it's awesome, then okay, cool. If I just say I'm done hiring, then the first person to accept the job offer, that's the one who gets it. I learned this the hard way. I was trying to hire a couple of different graphic designers, but I wanted to close the job in Upwork. And so I just said, I'm done hiring. And I sent out all of my job offers. Well, the first one to like accept it was the first one to accept it. And the next guy was like, I got to notice that you wanted to hire me, but like the job is closed. And I'm like, oh, good. So I had to like go reopen the job, send him a different, I want to hire you, apologize, and be like, I'm so embarrassed. I was totally wrong. Um, so right here, it says I'm done hiring. And so I'll go to my jobs. So at this point, I have told Upwork, I want to hire this person. Like you've got my credit card on file. I've like typed in the thing. I've changed it from hourly to flat fee. My job is still open. My job is going to remain open until Maddie like reviews and accepts it. Right. So my job post totally open. My proposals, we're now up to 18. So let's go back to Maddie's screen and back to you. Okay, so we're perfect. So we're looking at Maddie's screen and it says the proposal is submitted. But if we refresh, maybe if you go to the messages.
So this is yes, this is all of our previous conversation.
Yeah. So this should, what if you click on view details at the bottom? Does that take us to the like accept? Okay, so you've received an offer. Here's what your offer is. So, the client is going to pay these, you're going to lose that much to fee. And then here's like the job information. So you can choose to accept or decline. This is moving the job. Go ahead and accept. Moving it to, oh, nice. Message to client. So this, I was totally wrong when I said there wasn't a place for you to like put in your stuff. But if the client didn't specify, you can be like, okay, like I'm agreeing to do this work and here's what we're going to do. And, just a reminder, like I'm going to do your bookkeeping, but I'm not going to like do your federal taxes or whatever magic. So, exactly. choose agree, and then accept offer. And then on my side, it's going to close the job so that no more people can apply. All of the people who applied, they're going to get notice. Okay, I'll be your bookkeeper, blah, blah. They'll get notice that the job is closed. And so this is what it looks like back on my side, is that if I go to my messages, and so I can go to my jobs, and I'm back on the employer side where I'm hiring people or offering to hire people. When I look at my contracts, I can see a contract for Maddie. I can choose to pay her now. And so when the work is complete, this is it's a flat rate based on milestones. So it's not recurring. It's not like it's $10 a week or a month or a year. It's in exchange for her doing X, Y, and Z, she gets these dollars. So I'm going to say, okay, she's done the thing. She has the option. Actually, you know what? If you don't mind, I'm going to show how you can request like funding for the milestone. So for Maddie, what we're doing is we've gone over to active milestones. She has one client with an active milestone, that is me. The milestone is just called milestone 1 because I didn't give it a crafty name. Maddie is going to submit work for payment. She's going to say, I have completed this milestone, please pay me. So go ahead and click on submit work for payment. It's bookkeeping, right? Like there's not a whole lot to be said. And so you can choose to add any words, or you can just say submit. Select submit. And then I'll get a notification like, hey, you've submitted work for milestone. Let's make believe you can propose a new milestone. So maybe the milestone number 1 was for like 1 month's bookkeeping work. Right there, this is where you could come in here and you can say, okay, milestone number 2, and give it a name and say like, what are we in July? You could be like July bookkeeping or second thing or whatever it is you want. And then you can put in any dollar amount you want. And so you can be like, okay, I'm going to turn in and ask for payment for this thing. And now I'm asking for payment for a new thing. And so you can choose save. So on your side, you're like, hey, I'm requesting this money. And then also I'm ready to like start work on the next thing that we've been talking about. So I'm going to flip it back to my screen. And so let me refresh. Okay. So I get a notice that says, hey, Maddie submitted, and she is like, I'm requesting payment. I've done the work you've asked me to do. I can either choose to approve and pay or request changes. I'll just say approve and pay. I can choose to add a bonus. I am not. I am gonna send payment. And so that's done. So now where does, I feel like there was a proposed milestone. Where did that go? I don't see it here. Bookkeeper, I did it, like all of that. Let me go to the messages. So bookkeeping, I wonder, like, I'm really,
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. So here's what I see. Like, you've accepted the offer. You requested payment. I approved payment. Let me go to my jobs. And then if I go to Maddie, there's no other milestones. Let me click on manage milestones. Oh, is already editing a milestone. Oh, we'll let you know when they're done requesting changes. Okay, let me go back to your screen. Maybe you need to like click submit or save or something. Okay,
So
so
this one's submitted, but
all right,
oh,
well, scroll down. Maybe there's a save button we missed.
yep.
Send request. Okay. This is low budget productions over here. We're doing the best we can. All right.
Okay, it's submitted.
Okay, so you've submitted, so we'll go back to me. And so now I have a message and sent a change request. I can view details. And this is she requested a milestone. So view changes is very clunky. But I can see the July bookkeeping and then I can choose to accept or decline that milestone. Let me go back to my jobs and just see if there was an easier way to get to that. So if I go here, if I go to Maddie, I want to know, oh, it says right here too, that I can view changes. So there it is. I'm gonna decline because I don't actually need more stuff. But I think that was helpful. Let's go back. So my jobs, I want to go back to the job that I posted. So recently filled bookkeeper needed. So if I ever wanted to go back, like if I felt like, oh, you know what? So my short list is gone, but maybe it's because I only had had Maddie on my short list. But maybe I like someone else that I wanted to shortlist them or something. I could have if I put a heart. Oh, that just adds that to the list. Okay, I can't shortlist people now, but what I was going to say is I can go back and I can look at their proposals if for some reason I wanted to revisit somebody's proposal. So the whole point in this video is not to pick on anybody. Absolutely not. The point of this video is just to show people what it looks like to go through and set up a job on Upwork, how to invite somebody to apply, how to change it if the job was originally posted as an hourly, but there's discussion. It's like, no, it'd be much easier to do flat fee, and how to submit the milestone, how to approve the milestone, how to request a new milestone, just the whole thing. And also to talk about the fact that if there are a number of proposals to a job, that doesn't mean anything. The person who's doing the hiring, with any luck, will look at their proposals and identify who's going to be a good fit for their need, not just who does Upwork think is the best match or who responded quickly enough or whatever. All these best matches, I was going to look for any boosted people, and I don't see any. And maybe nobody boosted. I don't know. I know sometimes when I go to applying for stuff, I can use credits and I can boost, but like really when I'm looking to hire people, I'm looking for people who can read my job description, who I think can do the job I need to have done. Any follow-up words of wisdom?
Oh, I feel like that was good.
Okay, awesome.
It was good to see on the hiring side because as me who has never hired anybody has no idea what you see on your end and where I put what information, where does it show up? Had no idea.
Yeah, exactly.